Welcome everyone, this is your host Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. First of all, this channel is proudly sponsored by pt13 Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop role-playing game where you play as monster girls, experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. They have recently released Daughters of Lamb. This is a pay-what-you-want tabletop RPG, where you get to play as cybernetic nuns with guns, looking for the missing pieces of their AI god. You will find it in their website, the link will be in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by the Red Room Publishing. Please check out their store for exclusive tabletop RPG products. They have recently released Savage Swords. This is a Conan-inspired tabletop role-playing game where you get to explore ancient civilizations and confront forgotten nightmares. You will find it in their website. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment as well. Today, I am continuing my review series featuring Maids of Gomorrah IV. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review series, featuring this anime-inspired tabletop RPG, where you play as a dominatrix and her team of slave maids as they journey across the stars in search of glory and pleasure, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time, we're going to illustrate this review with this amazing illustration of Oboro from Iron Saga Versus. The illustration is by the artist Nin Lion. And the topic for today is Eidolons. Playable Eidolons are for people whose deepest fantasies involve being 12 feet tall, having clawed feet, and breathing fire. Eidolons are artificial creatures created by alchemy and given life by Ideologic, the arcano-technical school of creating the mind of an Eidolon. An Eidolon's mind is a created thing, but the act of creation is as much art as science, which means an Eidolon's personality isn't always what their creators wanted. Eidolons are not evolved creatures whose will is enslaved with the power of Ideologic. They are artificial creatures whose will is the Ideologic itself. So, when it is said that an Eidolon's ideologic programming will not allow something, what that means is that the Eidolon has a strong inclination against it, in the same way that most humans have strong inclinations against setting someone on fire or cutting off their own fingers. Likewise, an Eidolon's ideological programming will not allow them to fight against members of the crew. But that doesn't mean they mope in the corner, slavering at the thought of tearing the puny humans apart, while some alien force sits in their brain preventing them. As created beings, an Eidolon is an anchor of stability in a galaxy of chaos. It's recommended there be at least 3 slave mates for every player Eidolon, which means only the largest of groups should have more than one. Now, when it comes to Eidolons and stress, Eidolons have no stress explosions. They have, provided the dice don't hate them, will scores that range from good to godlike, which means their spirit score is through the roof and they are practically immune to any attack that targets will. However, their extreme durability comes at a price. First of all, they can only be healed by certain items. A character with Ideologic using lore to heal them or by spending favor to heal stress. They cannot rest and they cannot heal from ordinary charm rolls or other abilities that can be used to heal. Further, as avatars of order in a world of chaos, an Eidolon can never have a stress explosion if there is any possible way to avoid it. You have the steps here to create Eidolons. You can randomly determine their attributes. You can also determine the Eidolon type, such as ice, grass, toxic, shadow, a bit like Pokemon. You also have Eidolon special traits, such as you have horns, maybe you have glasses, Imagine that. Godzilla or Gojira with glasses. Maybe you are easygoing. Maybe you are greedy. Maybe you have a floaty build with lots of eyes, which gives you a bonus to lore for whatever reason. Maybe you have a cunning bird-like build, giving you a bonus to cunning. Maybe you have a sharp and pointy build, giving a bonus to athletics, and so forth. Maybe you have special symbols such as bats, skulls. Maybe you have a connection to an M13 entity such as Truru, or Shub-Niggurath, or Hastur. You can also determine the Eidolon powers. Maybe your powers are in the athletics category related to evasion or being quite potent. Maybe it's all about charm. You have blood healing. You can take 1d6 stress in order to remove 2d6 stress from someone else. Maybe it's under the cunning category. Maybe you are... you can travel through hyperspace. At least you can reach into a hyperspace pocket and pull out anything that's anywhere in the ship, so long as you know where it is. Maybe it's under the lore category. Perhaps you can teleport, or you can be clairvoyant. You can see, you can use lore to spy on people from any distance. Maybe it's under, when it comes to skill, maybe you are a lie detector. Maybe you have the leadership quality, a leader kaiju, a leader monster, so to speak. Maybe you are really good at hard work, gaining a bonus to the total result of any skill roll, not the attribute or die roll. And then you add some finishing touches. You can determine the way that the Eidolon is affected, statically speaking, when taking damage, affected by various powers, abilities, and whatnot, other effects. And this concludes this part of the review series. In the next part, we are going to talk about the optional rules. So this is great. If you wanted to play like a kaiju type of character or summon type entity in Slave Maids of Gomorrah IV, there you go. Complete rules to create your kaiju. What else do you want? And with so many traits that you can randomly generate for the kaiju. Thank you for watching this part of the review series. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member using the Super Thanks button. Take a look at the information in the description, the pinned comment. This has been your host, Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. And remember, master roleplay and you will master the game. Once again, thank you and see you later.